going live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live. And if we keep the store open, we may stay alive and not get cooked. But the sun isn't even. We have one more bill on the agenda for today, which is the bottle bill. 915. It is here because it increases the fee. Thank you, Senator. You may be working up a sweat, but it's cooling us
Yeah, it's
off.
nice.
It increases the fees per bottle fee paid to redemption lenders by a penny. I believe Senator Hardy, it's been
17 years, I believe.
17 years. This is supposed to offset the cost of handling the bottles.
And I will just add to that, Madam Chair, it's temporary. It is only in effect until we get to the producer responsibility organization and after the first year when everything's set up. Then after that, it will all be negotiated between the PRO and the redemption centers. So it's a bridge to a new system to prevent our redemption centers from going out of business in the next few years.
And they are going up.
Yeah, so it's really a bridge, it's temporary, and then it will go away and it will be negotiated.
Okay.
I would move passage of H 915, you got the bill number?
Yeah.
As recommended by the Senate Natural Resources and Energy Committee.
I'd like to know a little bit more about it. I don't know as much as I would like to.
About the bill in general?
Mhm.
So just a quick overview of the bill is that it updates our current bottle redemption system
Treated by a penny, is that right?
So no, not the 5 cents. It doesn't touch the 5 cents.
Okay.
That stays the same. It doesn't expand the types of bottles. It still stays the same as what we have. But what it does is it establishes a producer responsibility organization, which is run by the beverage distributors.
Mhm.
And they have to help maintain and create a system of bottle redemption, maintain the current system and upgrade it, often with technological advancements like these large bottle sorting machines that can do hundreds in a minute or thousands in a minute. And they have to meet convenience requirements. So where bottle redemption
The numbers
centers
per
are,
county and that sort of thing.
number per county, one in the cities of, towns of 7,000 or more. So there are places for Vermonters to go. And after the producer responsibilities organization is set up and it's overseen by the Agency of Natural Resources and the Secretary. And there are grants at the very beginning of it using the sheets money that's now going to the Clean Water Fund. There's only 4 years of it, I believe.
Mhm.
And we have the notes on that.
Yeah.
That's the other reason this is here.
Yeah, and then so they use that to help upgrade the system, probably buying some of these sorters and then the bottle redemption centers and the PRO would negotiate a contract moving forward. So the 4.5 cents is only temporary. It doesn't stay in existence for that long. It's, I think, 4 years. And it also it leaves alone the liquor bottles, which are done through the Department of Liquor and Lottery. They can choose to go into the PRO if they want to, but they don't have to. I think that's the gist. I don't know if I'm
I've read
forgetting
through it.
anything.
There's a section by section on the website.
So it's really, we all know, been here for a few years. There's been multiple attempts at this, but this is really a skinny down version of it, and not an expansive version of it. It's really trying to just fix
The question that I always come up with is every time you want to, fix this to one extent or another, the question is what's the end state that we're looking for? And is this redemption that we're going through right now, what we will continue doing forever?
Well, I don't know how forever is a really long time, Senator.
Well, the thing that I always look at is, as I look at my current personal situation in
Yeah.
the bottle bill, when I want to get rid of something that is trash or junk as far as I'm concerned, I'm paying for it several times. I've got the truck that comes from the company that deals with trash,
Yeah,
who gives me a big blue bin and a big blank bin that I fill up every week and drives to my home and picks it up, and I pay for that.
yeah,
I then have the situation of a bottle bill
yeah,
in which I have to go 6 miles to go to someplace to get rid of my bottles
yeah,
and stand in line and waste, typically about 40 minutes doing it because I would wind up going on Saturday morning.
right. Well, I would,
It could, and I pay, and ultimately I pay for that too, because I'm getting 5 cents, which is the same that I got in, what was it? 2000.
1970.
Yeah, and that, the last time I did a calculation, that's 38 cents in
Yeah.
today's dollars.
I think there was, there are people who believe that we should increase the 5 cents to make it more. And that has been tried in the
Yeah,
past,
but
in
that's what it
previous bills,
resulted at,
and
with
it's,
fewer people doing it.
well, it's been tried in previous bills that haven't finalized. I would say that one thing is that the PRO is supposed to increase the convenience of those redemption centers. And some of the things that they might do is have drop off where you can just drop it off
Mhm.
with a tag on it, and then you can get the money on your app. Or you can drop it off and donate to the local baseball team or whatever.
But then we have, like in Franklin County, we have considerable complaints that appear in the newspaper about the redemption centers we have right now cheating people out of their money by not doing the count accurately.
Well, this, I think also the technology with doing the machine counting
Yeah.
would probably help prevent that. And also it's possible that because there aren't enough redemption centers in your area, that they're rushed and, they have 20
Yeah.
people in line, they're gonna be
Yeah.
less likely to do an accurate count. But I do think the bill tries to move forward with an upgraded redemption system. It's something that, Vermont was one of the first states to have it, and Vermonters, it has reduced roadside trash, and Vermonters really
Well, I don't know about
generally
you, but
very
you
supportive.
want to come by my lawn every weekend, I can show you how much
Yeah.
it was reduced.
Well, and then,
Recycle Big Mac boxes.
the
And the Big Mac
recycling, the
boxes. It's
recycling that
Directly
comes.
related to the distance you are from McDonald's.
Yes,
How
well,
much-
McDonald's is not part of the PRO.
No, I know that, but I
But
have a lot
I
of
will
bottles
say
still.
that, the system, the recycled materials that come through the redemption system versus the blue bin
Mhm.
are generally cleaner and therefore worth more,
Mhm.
so that they can actually be recycled and you have the materials used
Well,
again.
the other thing that has also concerned me is I'm not sure that I truly understand the economics in terms of what it actually costs. And when I'm saying what it actually costs is what does it cost the typical consumer in Vermont who has to deal with a recycle center that is some distance away from his or her home? There's a cost of transportation there as well as the other costs of transportation associated with this. And I'm not sure that they're being validly measured.
There was an extensive report that came out that we went over at the very beginning of the session that I think dealt with some of those questions, and it was in January that we looked at it, so I don't remember all of the
Is there something, is there a
conversation,
better report of that?
there was a report that we requested, I think 2 years ago when we tried to
Did
pass
the
the bottle
last
bill,
one.
and last time it turned into a report.
Yeah.
And there was but this bill came out of that report, and I think that those convenience standards that are in the producer responsibility organization's requirements came out of that kind of like, we need to have a certain number per county. People can't be driving all
Yeah,
over
I've
the
seen
place.
that. Those are-
Yeah,
And I think in the past, the last bill increased exponentially the products that would need water bottles was the big
Yeah.
one. Wine bottles, nobody wanted.
Mhm.
You could take liquor bottles back. I guess some people do. I never knew there was a deposit.
yeah, 15 cents.
15 cents.
Yeah.
We've had proposals to change the deposit that we pay so we'd be more motivated. But I think what we've heard, at least for the last almost 10 years, redemption centers are closing. And I mean, you go down to the Confluence Park and where our redemption center is. Because it's not convenient, because most people work and go on Saturday mornings and you stand in line for at least a half an hour to return the bottles that you then go buy new ones off at the grocery store. And so this bill is taking a much more measured approach and saying, we've talked about a producer organization that, and we do it with batteries and other things, producer responsibility organization. If that can be pulled off has yet to be seen. And so what this says is, that's the first step. We're going to see if we can get this organized and move it forward. And for that limited 2 or 3 years, we're going to pay the redemption centers a penny more because they haven't gotten a raise in 17 years and the cost of everything has gone up. And if they're buying, I thought we had like $30,000. I mean, it's a lot of money to buy those machines that separate. The better they are, the more they cost. So that's what this step is. If it comes back and it says, no, we're not doing it, we can't get them together. They say, well, we'll do Vermont, Maine, and Massachusetts, do it, whatever. Then we're back to ground zero when we start with the discussion. Is it better to have them in the recycling bin than on the side of the road? But the ones on the side of the road will probably never.
There are a number of reasons for that in terms of how people get rid of bottles, whether or not they're legal drinkers.
So that also.
Is part of the issue. But my concern is that in getting rid of things that we don't want, we have all kinds of places that we take them to.
Yeah.
And that both the labor of the individual Vermonter on the one hand, which you can value it any way you want, but also the cost, just the transportation cost, particularly those of us who live in relatively rural areas or semi-rural areas, is not insignificant. And I'm just not at all sure that we're picking up those costs. So we really know what it costs to get rid of stuff.
Oh, probably overall we are.
And I look at it right now,
far.
I've got 4 different organizations involved in my getting rid of stuff that I don't want. Each one of which I have to basically handle, except for the trash supplier who comes to my door. But I also have to deal with the bottle redemption and the bottle redemption center. I have to deal with getting rid of garbage that I can't use necessarily as compost. And that goes to a different place, 6 or 7 miles in the other direction. And then, and so on. And then other bottles that I can't dispense of in the bottle redemption, because they are bottles that aren't taken there, such as wine bottles.
It is a choice though to buy the product in the first place. Sodas and cans and, yeah,
I mean, what can you buy soda in that doesn't have to be?
just saying, it's a choice to buy soda. Or you don't have to buy soda.
Well, and, you don't have to buy milk. Milk doesn't always come in bottles, as it did in past years, and there is. And so that is, again, one of the questions of whether or not that is a manufacturer issue. But what I'm really saying is that in my mind, if you're going to do something that's convenient for Vermonters, you throw it away once. You don't go to 4 or 5 different locations to throw things away.
I think you're bringing up a big question of what do we do with the stuff that we buy and then have to, get rid of? I think that's a really big and good question.
And it's a question that, above all, we ought to at least have effective estimates of cost, so that we know what we have to expend, if anything, or is there a better way to do this than the way we're doing it right now? And I don't get a sense that we're capturing it.
I have got a committee of conference coming in here in 2 minutes. I need to either see if we're ready. I think we can all admit that we have a bigger problem with making waste management. Yes, I'm willing to traipse out and put my vegetable scraps in my compost bin now. in January where I had to risk breaking my hip sliding over the ice to do the same thing. I don't do it because, and I was very vocal about if you want Vermonters to do it, then you need to find a way to arrange to have it picked up. And yes, you have to pay to get your trash, then there's recycling, and then there's garbage. And we've tried for a couple of years to get those put together, but we have failed. But it is an ongoing discussion. This bill, Senator Chip.
In the interest of time, I'll say I am going to vote for this. I will say I completely agree with what Senator Brock said, and I hope that over the next 2 to 4 years, they consider winding down the bottle deposit on the bottles. But I do see this as a temporary measure to help the redemption centers get paid adequately for the work that they are doing while this is still law and in effect. But I don't think we need this anymore. People now recycle. We've got universal recycling. And I'd rather see this on electronics. If we're going to go in and use a deposit refund, we should put on anything with a microchip because we need to get that out of our waste stream. And that will be a motivator for people to get it to collection centers. And I'd rather you be collecting monitors and old phones and everything else and getting those things out of our regular waste stream. But I share your concern, Senator Brock, and I
Well, I
don't.
guess the question that I have is, in doing this particular bill, is there any longer term solution
Yeah.
that's part of the bill?
And I,
That's
yeah,
what I
there
understand it.
is. So the producer responsibility organizations, we have multiples of them in the state. There, we have them for batteries, we have them for chemicals, we have them for all sorts of things. Once the PRO is fully set up, it will be self-funded. The PRO will fund it
Mhm.
and provide compensation to the redemption centers and system so that there still be the bottle deposit that people can get back when they redeem their bottles, but the handling fee will go away. It will be part of the producer responsibilities organizations' responsibility to fund it and create adequate and fair compensation for the redemption centers. So there is a long-term solution, and that's part of making a sustainable PRO like we have with other waste.
In the bill that we're looking at right now, is the bill time limited and is there sunset in it?
Yes, it's until the PRO comes up.
Yeah, you are.
No. No.
There,
Please.
9:15. There's not a I don't know, there's not a sunset on the program itself, but there's a time limited. The handling fee is time limited. It's just for until the PRO is fully set up.
And there's no schedule for the PRI would be fully set up, I assume.
Yes, there is. There's a timeline in the bill about when the PRO has to be set up and when certain things have to be
This
met.
says beginning March 1st, 2029, the PRO implements the statewide stewardship plan
Yeah.
in section 2, so it's pretty timely.
I'll make a motion.
Are, for any of us gamblers?
Please, clerk, have you got a sheet?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Senator Hardy already moved it.
Senator Hardy moved. Okay, I
Yeah.
missed that.
Yeah.
Senator Hardy
Senator
has
Brock asked a
moved
question.
that we have approved H 219. As it was sent to 9:15. It is getting late. Okay, 9:15. As it was sent to us by the Committee on Natural Resources. So further discussion. If not, clerk call the roll on.
Senator Shea.
Oh. I know you want me to vote no, but I'm going to vote yes in this case, Mr. Matos.
Oh, I heard no first, but all right.
Very reluctant, yes.
It's a pretzel, yes.
Senator Beck.
I like.
Senator Brock.
No. With explanation.
Senator Hardy.
Yes.
I'm going all over the place. Senator Matos. No. Senator Gulick.
Yes.
Senator Cummings.
Yes.
He's reporting the underlying bill.
He's
4-2-1.
reporting the underlying bill, but since he's not here, if you want me to. report
Yeah,
it,
unless he wants to take it.
Come on.
Thank you, committee.
Thank you.
Everybody, please, I love you for